All right.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the University of Idaho's esports. Sorry for the little, we'll call that a delay on that introduction. Tonight, we are going to heads and go with Valorant. We're going into match 2 of the season. It is going to be Utica versus the Vandals.
Yes.
We
Utica
do have
from
some unfortunate news about the team, though.
New York. I wouldn't say unfortunate. I mean, like, it's
Sorry,
definitely
unexpected.
strange. Yeah, unexpected, I think, is a better word for it. But as of sometime before last Saturday, before their CVAL match, Doyun is no longer playing with our team. So there's some shifts around. Game Captain is now playing with everybody else. We've seen a little bit of Game Captain's gameplay last season, so I don't think there's anything too different going on.
Concerned about.
However, some cheese did say when I talked to him before I came into the broadcast room today, to expect some different comps.
He said, keep an eye out because we're going to be running so many. And I don't know how I feel about that.
Okay. I asked, and he said that he wants first map to be Haven. And I was like, okay, is there going to be a Jet? And he said no. And I asked if there was going to be an Omen, and he also said no.
Which,
so I don't know.
I can understand not running Jet.
What's going on?
But Omen's so good.
I mean, maybe there's going to be a Clove, and that's fine. You know, Clove's good.
I mean, Clove's good everywhere.
That is true. But I think on a map like Haven, I think a more offensive controller player, like Omen, for example, just tends to be a little bit better because there's a lot that you have to
Let's meet in the middle. We'll just play
five.
We'll just play 5 controllers. Easy.
Hell no. I don't even have to go into why that's a bad idea.
I'm making a Giga Brain team comps
yeah.
here. Hear me out. 4 Sentinels, 1 Duelist.
That in a really strange way almost sounds viable on Haven and probably Haven only. I can't really imagine another map would that be viable.
It shouldn't be even on Haven.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. But
there's a reason why I'm not a part of the Valorant team.
We should be getting into some fun stuff today. I'm excited. If you're excited, you can follow the U Idaho Esports Twitch channel. If you aren't already doing that, feeling generous, got a free Prime sub lying around, feel free to subscribe as well. You get some fun emotes, new emotes now that we have in the channel.
Like the rotating monster can.
And an opportunity to support a grassroots collegiate esports community, which I think is pretty cool. I'm not going to be as loud today. I don't know if you guys can already hear it, but I kind of threw my voice out recording earlier today. So I don't...
Recording what?
Music.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah, except I don't know how to healthily scream, so every time I try to do that, I just throw my voice out, and...
Same.
Yeah, I think the last time my voice has been like this on stream was Beak Bonk last year. And it's probably going to be like that around
which shouts out
as well.
Beak Bonk's going to be happening soon, so if you can make it, you should. It's going to be a great time.
Now, I haven't looked too much into our opponents today, other than I believe most of them being about like Immortal Ascendant, which I think we're about the same. I believe the rank average is still about Ascendant 1 or so. Between our team. We'll say though that the opponent team Utica has this player named Jadel, and if Jadel is the same Jadel that I think it is, I used to watch them. They used to be an Osu streamer, and I used to watch them when I still played Osu.
You had a blast from the past looking them up.
Yeah, I was like, surely that's just a coincidence, and that's not the same
He
person.
went hunting down through his Twitch and YouTube
I looked through his
subscriptions to
Twitter,
try and find him.
I logged into my Osu account for the first time in like
over
a
here.
year or something. So yeah, that was really interesting to see if they're in the stream for some reason. Hello.
You could ask for their autograph. You could ask for a signed Osu page.
Nah, I don't know. No. But I think it's gonna be fun getting to watch them play today for sure. I don't really have any other comments or expectations. I think things are definitely going to be a little bit weaker out of the Vandals for sure, having to play with the new roster.
They just don't have. They haven't had the time to build up their
a lot
chemistry.
of time to practice for sure. And obviously, like most of these guys have been playing with each other before, but I think like the oldest members on the roster, or consecutive members on the roster anyway, are kind of just Loftek and Cheese. Diabolika's only been in with us for about 1 season. Game Captain's been with us for 1 season. David joined us
brand new,
this season. So yeah, I think things are definitely going to be a little interesting from the Vandals tonight for sure. Just want to shout out some people in the chat. Stupid Zombie, as always, joining us. Now I just gotta wait and see where Blood is. Yeah. I'm sure he's around somewhere.
We got
gotta
Mixie,
get him on.
we got Zombie, and we got Willow. We got the trio. Soon it'll be the quadro. We always appreciate you guys
for joining in. You guys are gonna be hearing some game audio. I believe that the Vandals are warming up, running a deathmatch. Yes, that's very. I'm choosing not to commentate this because what exactly am I supposed to say? This guy cannot hit his shots. Oh, that's where Blood is. He's in the lobby.
You know what? That would explain why there is that would explain it.
For those who are unfamiliar with older iterations of the Vandal Valorant team, Blood used to be on this roster. I believe he was one of I think he was on the second iteration of the roster that we had in fall of 2023. Joined us all the way until the GFU LAN. What a fun time that was. And
what is
I believe he's stuck around with the team for quite a while. I don't know if he's still a student. I don't know if he's still here playing with everybody. Okay.
Loftek and David
got a little bit of some thruple action going on over there. I'm not exactly sure what we're doing.
Loftek committed a double homicide there. What a shame.
Yeah.
I am looking for tonight's match though. Although
me
we do have that again roster change, I think it will force improvisation and evolvement in play because they will have no other choice.
I will say that I'm not too sure again what to expect. I've already mentioned it before. I know that there's going to be some weak chemistry going on within this roster. I know the results of our CVAL game from last Saturday were not great with this roster, but also they were kind of playing on like no practice time. So can I really blame them? Not really.
The mediocre results came from mediocre time to prepare.
Exactly. And I think, unfortunately, like that might be another situation that we're going to see tonight. Like, I don't fully know. But all we can kind of do is wait and see.
And just we'll see if they have the necessary chemistry and teamwork to work through their issues. And if they can, all the more power to them. And that means they just have that much more to improve upon.
That's true. Yeah.
But I would like to mention the sponsors before we get too excited into the match. First off, we are sponsored by Monster, which I'm sure everyone knows, but they have fantastic products that provide you great energy, which helps keep us, the lab, personally going through these long streams. And then we have our other magnificent sponsor, Ziply Fiber, a wonderful internet provider that covers a significant portion of Northern America. They provide high-speed internet that's lag-free. It's super cheap. It's super easy to set up, and they have a fantastic deal for students starting at $10 a month. And if you're interested, you can find them at www.ziplyfiber.com/students. Again, that's www.ziplyfiber.com/students. Check them out if you're interested. Did you just try 360, Dave?
Yeah. There you go.
You know what? I don't blame him.
I mean, like, I know they're playing around. I don't know why Blood's here though.
Support.
Maybe
he
does have UI in his name though.
Maybe
I'm surprised he's still representing the team. But if we go back to the lobby, and I see that he's playing, I'm not exactly sure
how that's gonna work out.
What to say about that? He wasn't bad. I just think he was not great at the time. I'm assuming with time
You
has come
hear that,
improvement.
Blood? Kaz is talking mad stuff about you.
No, the last time that Blood was on the team, Breeze was still in the pool, and
That was
Breeze.
a long time ago.
Yeah, it was quite a while ago, and he would just chamber one trick and not be great at it. He had a bad habit of quick switching to his knife after almost every kill, no matter if he was rotating or still in the middle of sight. Nice shot from David.
I could see why that'd be an issue. Yikes.
Panic spraying on a Guardian.
But
Ooh.
we'll see. I think Blood just saw, oh, I see all the Vandals there in an empty custom party.
Yeah,
I'm going to join them.
I'm pretty sure they've been friends for a while. I wouldn't be surprised if they're just kicking it, queuing some games together.
Some cheese, if you lose this, I would have been very upset.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay. Some cheese pulling
Hey,
off
get that man signed.
Get that man on an
Get that man on
team.
a team. Also, shout out the Sentinels buddy on Blood's Gaia's Vengeance here. They had an excellent series against Loud over this weekend that I wasn't even sure how it was supposed to turn out. And then they finished the last map, and I was like, oh, okay. So the unfortunate thing is that now they have to play G2, who is looking like the strongest team at least in kickoff, but I'm pretty sure that's just going to stand to be all year.
G2 are monsters in Valorant.
Yeah. Pretty much all I have to say is Jogamo and Leaf.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, and that's about it. Leaf just pulls out the craziest clutches from his butt that you would never expect anyone to be able to pull off. It'll be like a 1v4 fight, heavily out of his favor. He's running a sheriff while the enemy team is running like
he just wins
rifles,
those.
and he's just, I win those, and then he wins those.
I wish G2 had the same caliber of players on their league team that they have on their Valorant team. But then again, that's because I'm brain rot League of Legends player. Because oh my lord, G2 is one of my favorite teams of all time, and I love seeing how successful they can be. And Valorant is probably one of the places where they're most successful. They really like their FPSs.
That's true. Run out of things to say here. I did see a couple Utica members join the lobby, but
I mean, wait, is Blood winning?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem right. Get Blood signed.
Get this man back on the team. Never mind. Ooh.
Immediate swapping of mind.
Oh, maybe not. I don't know. It's kind of cooking up.
He's cooking a little bit.
With a few shots. I think going through everybody, if I remember correctly, on the top from left to right should be Game Captain, Lofttech, and Cheese. And then on the bottom right, the two that I missed would have been David and Diabolic in that order. Nope. Game Captain just got in here. Blood was the fill. So that makes sense.
Lofttech, why are you trying to kill with this? Why are you trying to do that? It looks like people are disconnecting. I'm assuming they are ready for their match to start, but
watch them go. Wait, I should have joined? Yeah, you should have. Free practice or something.
You could show some support for them. You could harass them just a wee bit before they get into the Zeta match.
Again, for fans who haven't been a part of the Vandal squad for too long, Zombie was also a part of the Vandal varsity roster for some time. The same time that Blood was, actually. Or actually, not the whole season, though. He didn't play for that whole regular season, but when it came to the playoffs,
he was there for it.
I think that they decided to move him up from what was JV at the time to the varsity roster. And he played pretty good. I do I do remember the GFU LAN being a pretty stressful time for him though. That was fun to watch. Also, yeah, G2 has Jenna P. G2 is just, I feel like right now they're looking like the Navi of Valorant. They just gonna win everything, and it's not even gonna be close. So, hey, that's fun. But now we're sitting in the lobby.
Blood,
I guess
get
picks
out of
and
the
bans
lobby.
have already
Get out.
picks and bans have already been run.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, I think that's why
They have
some
things already
cheese
set
told
up.
me Haven was going to be played, and that's why Haven's in selection right now. Also see that Jado guy. Shouts out.
I guess Game Tap Captain's just not playing. What a shame.
Yeah.
Blood's just here. He's gonna be a coach.
He's gonna be in a coach slot. It's fine. It just allows him to watch, and not look at anybody else's POV.
He wants a better POV than we get. What the heck?
Yeah, I have nothing to say. I'm kind of just waiting to see.
I mean, we've been rambling for the past 15 minutes
about literally nothing, dude. I just game hasn't started
we did
yet,
our
so.
job.
But you know what? How about we decide how the series is gonna go? Personally,
like take bets.
Yeah, like do our own little personal predictions. Obviously, stream isn't live. Well, it is live, but it is on a delay. So if we put predictions up in chat, it just you would be seeing our predictions 2 minutes later.
Yeah. If we say them now.
But I am curious. I don't know what the decider is going to be, but I think Split's going to be map 2. So I don't know. Last time that the Vandals played Split, it was a time for sure. I think that we might have a little bit of an issue on that one, especially with the new roster. Haven, I feel like, should be a better time. I think we're going to keep it close. I think map 1 goes 13-10 our favor.
Haven is definitely the map that the Vandals favor most.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to go with a bold prediction.
Really?
Because, well, at least for map 2. And I almost can guarantee it's not going to work, but I would love to see them pull out Icebox.
Icebox is not in the pool right now.
Is it not?
So it's not even possible.
How long have they been out of the pool?
Icebox hasn't been in the pool for, I want to say, I think it was in episode 8 that Icebox was last in the pool.
Oh, that's right.
Because when they switched to the system for this year, they're not doing episodes anymore, and there's going to be 6 acts in a year, and they're going to do a map change every new act. Or something like that. I don't remember. That's what I read.
How long will it be until the next act isn't stated?
I think it's still the same amount of time. I believe acts are 90 days. 90 days?
90 times 6 would be 300.
No, it'd have to be 60.
Right.
Because if there's 6 acts a year, then
what's 90 times 6?
30. Wait, no. 90 I was dividing. You said 90 times 6?
Yeah.
9 times 6 is 540?
Is there that many days in a year?
No. That's why I said 60. And when I started going to 60 and not saying 90. Dude. I'm pursuing a college education right now. You know that?
Oh, thank you. You have made my day.
Hey, I had to skip math. I got to skip math classes in my college.
I only have math classes. What's the derivative of 90 by 6, huh?
I don't know derivatives.
It's 0. There's no variables.
It's in star power. Oh, yeah. It's kind of like the Eagles. Shouts out Eagles. Go Birds. I was reading Zombie's comment in the chat about G2. And you're right. Yeah, they were kind of underperforming for a while. Lots of they did have a lot of talent, but they just didn't have the glue. I think Jogamo is that glue. And I'm so glad that that's been working out for them. It just sucks to see them win everything. But who knows? Maybe champions will be different than kickoffs. I don't know.
I'm gonna make my real prediction now.
All right.
I think map 1, obviously, it's gonna be Haven. I
Mhm.
think the Vandals are gonna struggle.
Mhm.
I think map 1 will be Utica's.
Map 1 split.
Map 1 split. Okay, map 2's
Okay.
gotta be Haven.
Map
then.
2 is Haven then.
Yeah. So
split once
prediction.
again. The last time that the Vandals played split, it was a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna lose it, but I think they're gonna keep it close. I think it's at least
I would agree with that.
Going to be a 13-9 in favor of Utica. I do think, however, once we get to Haven,
we'll see.
We will feel a little bit more comfortable. I feel like Haven is one of those maps that's just like nothing really changes.
You have your set strategy.
Again, like they haven't changed that map since beta. And even it's just been the same since release. I don't know. I don't feel like too much is going to be happening.
I feel like map 1, especially considering split, the Vandals are going to be like, we're going to analyze this map. We're going to see how the players react, and then we'll take that into map 2 and map 3 and secure victory.
Well, obviously, I feel like Utica is going to be doing the same thing as well.
Yeah, but when you're overconfident, you tend to not worry as much.
That's
which they could definitely get if map
true.
1 goes bad enough, which I don't think it will, because I think they will keep it relatively tight. I don't know if it'll be 13-9, but it'll be at least 13-7.
I do trust this roster though. I do like this comp that I see from the Vandals here. Got the Breach, Omen, Viper, Sky, Raze. Interesting to go for the Sky as opposed for the Tejo. It just ends up being a better duo for Breach in the comp, as you can see. But I'm also kind of confused by Utica's comp as well. I saw the Omen Cypher Jet instead of Raze, and then the Breach Tejo. And I don't entirely know.
Is such an unstoppable combination.
We don't have the Cypher, so I feel like that's going to be more beneficial to the Jet, obviously. But I just don't feel like this is a map that's just like as suited for her. Like it can be.
I mean, she's still useful, obviously.
Obviously,
she's useful on every map.
Maybe it's not like they're running like an ISO or something like that.
Yeah, but maybe under different circumstances, like she could be better than Tejo. But for the most part, Tejo is just able to do what she does.
Yeah. But I don't know. We'll see. We're going into round 1 right now with the Vandals on their offense, trying to go for an A push, seeing that dog clear up ramp, and for allowing Lofttech to get a little bit of room.
A quick note that should have been mentioned, for those of you who are brand new to the stream or didn't see earlier, we have 2 casters. I am Overlord. I am the nerdy white boy, and I am followed with my fellow co-caster Kaz. So if you are, you guys can keep a track of who's talking which.
Now we also saw that unlucky timing from Lofttech and Javito in the halls, or not the halls, the vents. They both went down at the same time. Lofttech was like, "Oh, there's someone here." Javito was like, "I was expecting someone to be here because that's why he was going down." He's going to go down again, or he's at least looking at it, while the rest of the Vandals are walking through sewers, not making any noise just yet. So Utica isn't exactly sure what is going to be happening on that push for right now.
You're getting a little bit of a pepper spray from Tejo.
The Viper.
They
ran through.
Did not see
they ran
coming.
up through mid. They're going through vents. They're re-hitting. Looking to end A here. Very curious about that. You see JL trying to smoke off the site for now. But the Vandals are already on for the most part.
The longest flank in Valorant history.
Are going to have to speed it up a little bit, though. Jado does find himself 2. Chronicles playing in and out of his cage. Jado finding 3 in Complex. Taking that last pick was a little bit difficult. See the head on hands from the Diabolic there.
The epitome of, oh, did we really just fall for that?
Which, I mean, we saw the vision of the play for sure.
Yeah,
obviously,
absolutely.
Usually this kind of lurk
JDL saw it too.
Work, but nobody from Utica really moved. So they were hoping that they were taking long enough in sewers and mid to make them think, oh, they rotated, but they didn't have anybody at B to make any noise to try and convince them that. So
if they had someone over there rather than the Viper along ramp way, it might have made the difference that they needed.
But it's fine. I think the Vandals will manage to learn from that. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit of a rougher round, having a kind of full save. Utica buying rifles and such. Aren't expecting too much to come out of this round, but it looks like they're kind of running the same push, making a lot of noise in vents. Yeah, Jada holding for whoever's pushing up ramps, but a bunch of the Vandals are pushing up out of vents. Just for a second, I don't even think they're going to commit. Javito does take out Loftek, leaving another man down, but the numbers are still in their favor. Not exactly sure what the plan is here. I do know that there's 50 seconds left, and we kind of got to speed it up. They're kind of getting surrounded. Complex trying to cause a little bit of pressure, getting to Enjoyce, finding that last.
He got too greedy going for the gun. Too much line of sight.
I mean, even then, it wasn't greedy. He tried to pick up the rifle just to give himself a little bit more of an advantage. That's what you usually want to do when you're having to play a save. Just go for picks.
But if
if someone's holding you and you don't know, you're gonna run out. I feel like Utica played that perfect. You know, held that knowing that someone was gonna go for the rifle, and just punished him for it. But now we're going into our quote unquote force.
We gotta redeem in chat.
Oh no! Why'd you redeem and impersonate, dude? My voice is dead.
I don't know. I don't know.
No, don't make me do Mickey.
No. What a shame.
Kermit's way easier for me right now because I don't
know how to do
I gotta go like this, and I can't do the dips in my voice because the lower end of my voice is not there.
What a shame. You gotta commit to the bit.
This guy hates me.
You're right.
Going out of force round here. Utica on A site.
We like seeing Cypher on A long.
Yeah, it's obviously easier for them to have that set up there. Team captain getting that pick on Javito, but it doesn't even matter. They were just there to make noise. There were some Vandals are moving on A site.
I'm thinking you're starting to hate my properties real quick.
Just wait. You see the guy DeSalvo's trying to hit side to prevent the plant, but some cheese does take out Joyce. It doesn't even matter. He's distracted.
Pretty good flank. Pretty good flank going ahead and taking down the competition.
Then we got the spike down. We're going for the post plant. The Vandals don't oh, wait, no, never mind. I called it wrong. We do have the numbers, but the rest of Utica is trying to come back in for the post plant. Not exactly seeing anything. Just see Skyhawk. Complex does take out some cheese.
JMNJ.
Rougher to fight this. Backside smoked now. Game captain taking out Complex. Still playing on an. Oh, wait, never mind. Got rehealed. Diabolic taking out J-Del. It's all up to Chronicles in a 1v2 situation. Low health on Game Captain playing against the box, but he's going to get double swung. And David takes him out, finishes out the round, gets that return, putting some life on the board for the Vandals, and I'm done doing that. That was awful. My voice hated that.
You say,
and now
let's go, Mooses. This is the turning point. The eco is over. It's time for us to shine.
Except 3 of us don't have guns.
They have enough. It's fine.
3 of us. No, we don't.
Yeah, they do. Just only buy weapons. Don't worry about the rest of your kits. Easy. Focus only on gunplay.
Oh, totally. Because this is not Counter-Strike.
Thank you, Willow, for the redeem. I had fun watching cows squirm.
Yeah, dude. My voice, again, I threw it out. I was not supposed to be doing all that today. I didn't like it. But it's fine. It's over now. What's not over is this map, obviously. Going into round 4, the Vandals moving up into ramp. Not seeing too much information out of heaven for right now. Jado is trying to clear.
Yo, it's not Dohyun.
Yeah, not Dohyun in the shot.
It's the evil twin doppelganger.
With the
okay, J-Del could potentially go crazy. The rest of the
Vandals are actually going to use that as cover, make them think they're rotating through vents, but Sumchay is moving in, clears. Pretty much the only person who was holding heaven. It should give them free access to
site.
Yeah,
they need to be getting onto point and start planting now.
That I think, Chronicles is holding site and is just going to be doing his little dance around the box. Does get hit by the paranoia and is going to get picked off. Allow the Vandals to get that spike down. You do have Game Captain, though, lurking up, trying to hold for anybody using screens.
Javito's trying to do some random sprays.
Oh, Game Captain.
God. Beautiful work.
Perfectly is going to get traded out by Complex, though. And we do have that arm again. which is going to be a little bad.
Oh,
Boy, if you don't move your big butt out of my face. David does take out Javito, and Diabolic finds the last on Complex.
Diabolic almost sacrificed his teammate by being too dummy
My team
thick.
body blocking each other. Swear, someone died to that Armageddon because of something like that. I just would have called the map to Utica right there.
I would have uninstalled their game on their computer.
I would have uninstalled our game. I'd be like, stream's over. Man, I don't even need to see anything more. That was embarrassing.
Team diff.
But it's fine. Vandals bring it back up to a tie, forcing Utica into a save. And
yeah, this
probably
is the turn.
obviously feeling a little bit better. I think we're looking for a bigger impact, unless if this goes catastrophically and Utica embodies their energy too and somehow wins a thrifty. I don't know.
I mean, it's possible. We've seen eco rounds somehow manage great success.
That's true.
I don't know if this will be one of those matches, but Complex has already taken down Diabolic, so who am I to talk?
Hitting sewers like that is pretty valuable, especially if you know that they've been running that mid play on their buy rounds kind of often. You can kind of play against it. Now, you have some of the Vandals, and by that I mean kind of just came captain with the rest following suit in A main. Holding ramp here. They're going to have to hit a double swing. Hey. Not going to get cleared fully.
Okay.
Game captain finds himself a free 2.
That is going to be the edge they need to go ahead and rush towards point.
Especially not having that smokes or that flash.
Yep.
Chronicles not surviving the box dance this time around. It's just going to be up to Joyce and Complex playing out of heaven on that post plant. Snake bite. Locking out too much exposure. Some cheese is lurking in screens and is able to find those two with it.
Magnificent flanks there.
Yeah, not as magnificent aim, but it's fine. We got the 2. Got the job done.
Look, as long as you have the flash and go for the spray, eventually your bullets will have to land.
I mean, even then, he would. I believe that was Complex hit by the paranoia. What were they going to do?
Suffer.
What were they going to do?
Suffer in
blind flake straight onto his head and make us call for word? I don't know. No, it's a fine situation. The Vandals are feeling a little bit better, and even though Utica does have rifles this time around,
they're not going to expect the B push.
No, just a normal B main push, just running it up. What's a little bit nicer for the Vandals here is that the Cypher isn't setting up on A. On B.
Damage.
So it kind of just allows them to walk in. Some kind of weak Cypher play from Chronicles, but it doesn't even matter. David swinging off of that cabbage. Javito finding himself 3.
Can he get a
David
4th?
Teleporting into main, but getting caught out by J-Del and sprayed down. Another point on the board for
Javito
Utica.
single-handedly stopped that push.
Yeah.
His CC was immaculate.
Even though they were able to flush Joyce out, I mean, there was a lot of not great information that they were playing with. Again, I'm a little curious as to Chronicle is not playing the B setup as most Cyphers would and having Joyce, their jet player, play on B instead. But it's been working so far.
Because isn't there a fantastic Cypher camera spot upward on B wall?
Yeah. I mean, I think in most situations you'd want to have your Dohue or your Cypher. Wow, miss him already. Complex taking out some cheese, but Loftek and David finding another 2 to change some things around. Javito also finding a trade to balance out the numbers.
Do you think we'll see any ults here?
Maybe. It's a 3v3 situation. We don't have too much information to enter onto a site. And Diabolic is currently making his way over to the rest of the team, maybe looking to...
Just don't get team diffed.
Yeah, they're just trying to wait to see if anyone's going to peek out.
They have time to test people's positions here. Javito moving away.
Kind of bad. Did break the cam, so Javito knows at least someone's here.
I think that's going to cause the jet to start do a long rotate.
Go for a very heavy lurk. The Vandals not too concerned pushing this up. Snakebite flushing Chronicles out of elbow. Oh,
okay.
Beautiful kill.
Oh,
beautiful
my Lord.
2. Coming out of Chronicles, but Javito from heaven being able to take out game captain. A beautiful play, actually, coming out of Utica.
That was a fantastic double.
And
the flick to flick was just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, things have kind of taken a turn for the worse so far for the Vandals. Obviously, might look for an opportunity to turn things around, but
I mean, the
who
Vandals
really
can
knows?
handle an eco round here or there.
Mm-hmm.
Because again,
Or
we
at
did
least
predict that it's
handle
going to be
having to
rough.
play through it. Probably not handle actually being able to win it. Obviously, the economy from the Vandals this time around is not looking great. But I don't know. Who knows? Who knows how that's going to end up working out? Game Captain is holding down A site, playing behind that wall, behind that smoke. The rest of the Vandals are kind of playing mid, looking for any picks that they can get to push us onto either site.
Oh, did you guys not have any game audio? Production?
Production is
All missiles away.
Because I know we're getting game audio.
Two potatoes are standing in the corner, which is working. I don't know. And I think that's a question that the Vandals are slowly asking themselves.
Oh,
Now Diabolic
Razel,
comes
Pre-Jolt
out.
both coming out.
Ooh. Now, okay, the Razel does find something, and Complex does fall to some cheese. See that C clear into dirt, not hitting. Javito takes out David. It's just Diabolic.
That was
And
a nice
Game
blind
Captain.
shot, but it just wasn't in the right spot.
30
And
seconds
now the
left.
round is lost.
Yeah, he is too far away, and there's 3 of them holding down both site and the bomb. Maybe Game Captain tries to snipe one while they're not paying attention, but
don't
even
know.
that is a risky play.
He is making a lot of noise, and that recharge is going to
10
catch him off
seconds
guard.
left.
You have a flanking flat. You have a flanking
Yeah.
mid. Javito's pushing off his util. And
Cage triggered.
yeah, no. Vandals aren't
No more
really feeling
charges
themselves
left.
on this one, being forced into an eco. I don't know. They're struggling to find their footing in this map for sure. Utica's just finding them off guard in every opportunity. I don't even think they've been able to plant on their B pushes. And with
Which
having
is
a lurk
kinda
as aggressive
surprising.
as Game Captain.
Especially with how fast they're able to get towards B and how much the forces of Utica focuses on defending A. It is... I don't know, it's not exactly... it's surprising that they get picked apart so cleanly within like 10-20 seconds.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like just the mechanics from Utica are a little bit stronger. I think they know how to play their agents, know how to play off of each other as players. Just get things going. Also, I see some people in chat asking about the presence of Dohyun.
Unfortunately,
You
there's
guys
some
missed
sad
earlier in the
news.
stream where I mentioned that he doesn't play with us anymore. Game Captain moved up to the starting roster, having to replace the flanking controller in this situation.
Game Captain is stepping up for the absence of our man, the myth, the legend.
Spike
Dohyun.
down B.
Okay,
That was a good.
Nice.
That was a good escape.
nice clear, getting hit by that the stun. Oh, okay.
Okay.
David wasn't exactly expecting someone to be there. Jadel is holding vent. Might
30
get
seconds
timing.
left.
Jumps
Last
down.
player
Some
standing.
cheese
Better
finds
get
himself a
timing.
third on Jadel. It's just Complex to hold everything down. He doesn't have an ult like the rest of his teammates, and
Some cheeses.
yeah, it might be a little bit harder unless if he's Leaf. Man, I don't know. It does find one. Does not find the other. Some cheese finds that fourth to cinch the round. And
Some cheese is absolutely popping off tonight. He's gotten a 3K and a 4K already, and it's not even been half a round. Sorry, half a map.
yeah, I am still a little concerned about the Vandals' performance thus far, though. I mean, maybe if we're able to
There
take things
are
into a tie, I'll
some-
feel less nervous. Obviously, Utica economy is not looking too great.
But also,
so I think if they drop another
Complex and
round-
Javito are working so well in maintaining map pressure that
That's true.
it doesn't even really matter if they have the money.
Especially since, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the Breach and the Tejo ult are online. We'll mention that Utica not like to use their ults. Not exactly sure why that is. They've had a lot of opportunities to do that and just haven't. But
Especially considering the first ult that came out was Tejo, and he used it in a 1v3 situation.
and the first ult coming out of this team once again is the
Tejo.
Tejo ult, flushing people out of mid. Are they going to push off that, though? The Vandals finding
so.
themselves going towards B main. Do have Lofttech trying to hold for anybody who might be flanking mid, and Game Captain who's playing in sewers. The rest of Utica, however, is
I've got your
in
trail.
places. See the cabbages coming out from some cheese here.
They know where
the
Chronicles
concussion
is, but he's hiding in his smoke. And they're pushing back towards mid.
Complex sees the barrel of the gun, takes quite a bit of damage, doesn't even matter.
Nice
Finds
spray,
a nice
David.
shot through the smoke.
Lofttech's gonna get swing diffed.
Is Javita going to find any here?
30
He's
seconds.
playing in
didn't
heaven,
even
doesn't
get
swing
anybody.
out. Jadel is just holding sight. Lofttech swings. Jadel finds himself
No.
2-3 now, preventing the plant.
Four.
Finds himself a 4.
Does he drop an
David
ace?
won't give him the 1. He knows to play it safer. David
Wait
now
a
finds himself
minute.
a 3rd.
Wait a minute, we have a risk of
10
2
seconds
aces
left.
right now.
Jadel's going to hold this. Oh, ace stolen by DeVito.
DeVito, how dare you disrupt that
4Ks.
honorable duel?
Back to back. And the economy for both teams was looking
Very
weak.
rough.
It's going to allow Utica for at least the rest of the half to have
Some
a
teams
pretty
is gonna go for the hero
steady
rifle.
point lead, while the rest of the Vandals are struggling to make ends meet. You know, economy is rough these days, both in and out of game.
Do you think it's easy to be able to afford a rifle every 5 minutes? I can tell you for a fact it ain't.
Not if you're losing rounds like that.
Yeah, that is true.
Not if you're losing rounds like that. The Vandals kind of playing scrappy, very hesitant about how to make pushes, and I think they're just going to have to learn to be more confident in themselves for
Chronicles is
not only
finally
for
on
the rest
B
of this
site.
half, but for the rest of the map as well.
I'm
Now-
thankful to see that Chronicles is finally on B site. His camera placement there is so fantastic, and then you can have 2 people focus mid and then 2 focus A. But it looks like they're having 2 focus ramp.
Oh, well, the rest are playing in mid with the spike going there as well. Complex swinging out of heaven just to see if anyone's coming up. I don't think they hear any footsteps, but they do see the nade coming out. See the dog. Wow! Point blank on the dog. That's a little funny.
I think that was a rather inhumane treatment of the dog.
Yeah. Oh, Jado finding a very nice shot on David here.
Does he take down Game
For
Captain?
another? Finding it. Lofttech taking out Joy. Jado finding the trade.
Jado's
Some
dropping
cheese
another
taking out
3
Javito.
already.
Jado finding the trade.
enemy
Game Captain
Last
falling to
player
Jado for
standing.
another
30
4K.
seconds
Diabolic
left.
does find himself too, though. It's a 1v1 situation.
Jadel has been an
between-
unstoppable monster. That is his second 4K in a row.
Kind of just keep giving him ones and the.
And he just wins those every time.
Now, Diabolic obviously has gone for the rotate, knows that he doesn't have too much
10
time on
seconds
his
left.
hands, has to get that spike
I
down.
must wait a moment.
Cypher Cam goes down, I believe, but Chronicle obviously
planted.
knows that Diabolic is going for that plant. Just doesn't know exactly where he's positioned.
Diabolic clutch. Diabolic clutch.
Diabolic swinging
Diabolic
heaven!
clutch.
Chronicles sees him, missing the
Diabolic
concussion.
clutch.
Triggers the Keech, but
There we
Diabolic
go!
finds the kill needed to secure the round. And now we just have 1 round
Last
left
round before the
in
switch.
And then they
the
can,
half.
if they tie it up here, that'd be fantastic news.
Yeah.
Diabolic, the hero of that round. I see that the hero rifle was the right play.
Although I wouldn't call it a hero rifle. I think 3 players on that team had rifles that round, but I think because
One
of
of them got
the
picked up.
no, I don't remember actually. It's fine. I'll watch the VOD. But having won that round, I think the Vandals are feeling a little bit better in terms of money. See the knives coming out from
No offense.
Joy's.
Utica, I need you to use your ults. Like, please.
Yeah, I'm just not exactly sure if and or how we're going to. You do see that
almost
Cypher
did
ult back.
Diabolic.
I mean, not even really needed. Jadel hasn't been using too much of his util, just getting smokes up where needed, but
And then just ruining everyone when it comes to gunplay. He doesn't need anything else. But having Viper ult up, having 2 Omen ults up, Cypher ult, and a Breach ult, the way this round could go is unpredictable to anybody here.
Meanwhile, the Vandals do only have the Omen ult and the Viper Pit. But, I mean,
I'd say Viper Pit is probably one of the most impactful ults on
of
this
course,
map.
especially if they are able to stay alive as a team.
She's taking down Javito. Don't have to worry
push.
about the Breach ult now. That makes things so much easier for the Vandals.
And the Breach utility. The Breach utility from Javito has been pretty
30
lethal
seconds left.
to the Vandals' plans and their plays and whatnot. Now, Jadel's going to swing this out. Sees Loft Tech. Does take a little bit of... Okay.
Okay, we take those trades.
Looking like Oxy out there. Love to see it, Loft Tech. Throwing out the ult to get that pick off, even though he is going to fall himself. The rest of the Vandals aren't exactly sure how to play this round, but it doesn't even matter. Joyce is going to find that pick on Diabolic. Delay the amount of time that the Vandals have to plant. Doesn't even matter. They don't get the plant down anyway.
Last player standing.
That is unfortunate
David.
for the Vandals.
Okay. Tragic.
We saw
Switching sides.
2 ults out of the 6 available for that round, and I am rather disappointed. That outcome, the Vandals... I know there was only 3 seconds on the clock, but you could have moved a little bit before starting to plant.
I mean, yes, but no. I don't think the Vandals fully had security in how to play that round. Mostly just because of the fact that... Why am I blanking here? I think it was a 1v3 situation with just Game Captain alive, who had been very heavy on the flank pretty late on the rotate back to his team, which I think was pretty detrimental to that push. Vandals, I'm hoping, recognize that and don't rely so heavily on the flank this time around. You have Loftek pushing up like crazy, along with some cheese, which isn't really going to work. Joys and Chronicles both find their one. And I honestly think that might be enough for the Vandals to call it a round, maybe? No? Diabolic finds the kill on the breach clear, but is traded out by Joys. It's a 2v4 now, because for some reason we were pushing up on our defense. David is going to clear this. See the barrel of the gun, right-click to the head.
They tried to swap roles for this specific round, and it did not work.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how it's going, but it's going. Utica
JMNJ.
actually got the spike down. Lots of noise going up. Jadel, falling while reloading, unfortunately, but is going to be traded out for a round on the board for Utica first in the half, and a very important one at that. Obviously, ending the last round 7-5 with that lead. Vandals feeling pretty good about their prospects.
We're getting disrespected by JMNJ.
Utica feeling good about their prospects for this half.
I mean, they have first round, they have point advantage. They don't have to worry about eco round for round 2 of the swap. They should feel confident here. They're able to get all the util and some relatively decent weaponry going into this into the half.
Now, once again, the Vandals are playing up.
Why are they playing so aggressive?
I don't. Well, okay, I kind of know, but they're just playing it wrong, I think.
Are they trying to get them by surprise or rush the round somehow?
I got the spike.
No. I think it just ends up being better for the Vandals' playstyle to play things more aggressive. Obviously, especially when you're playing on pistols and stuff like that. What are you going to do against a Guardian? Utica is able to use their util to make a pretty good space for themselves. Obviously, that ends up working in their favor. They're able to get on site, get that spike down way faster than the Vandals have ever really been able to do it. See the salvos clearing up whoever's holding here. Captain being forced to push out the Raptors. He's pinched. A lot of pressure.
Last player standing.
Oh, yeah.
Vandals tried, but the outclassing both util and the guns made that an impossible task.
Now, I will say, to comment on who had asked about our internet, it's kind of just a situation of where we are, which is butt frick middle of nowhere. We do have fiber internet, though, to the grace of Ziply Fiber, who has a pretty good marketing scheme of just providing fiber internet to places that wouldn't otherwise get it. A place like Moscow, most of the time, would be running off satellite or broadband. So the fact that we are able to access fiber internet is pretty good. Shouts out Ziply Fiber, of course, sponsoring the Vandal Esports program.
You make this entire thing possible.
Yep.
What is a chicken Ricky?
Probably
I don't
New
even
York
think I
saying.
want to know.
Yeah, game captain falling asleep at the wheel. Jadel taking advantage
We're going
of it.
for
finding that
overhyped
pick.
casting.
No.
Yeah.
Um,
You got to get rid of all of the pressure in your voice. Nothing is left in this 4v5.
no. I'm gonna let you do that.
I can do that.
I
Okay,
think
David
I'm
getting a
going to-
fantastic pick on Complex. Loftic digging down Chronicles. We're in a 3v4. No ults are up. Slowly pushing through mid. Come on, Vandals. We need this.
Yeah. I mean, so far actually has been looking pretty good for the Vandals. Obviously, having
Oh,
to
some
get
cheese. They're right
2 picks
behind you.
off.
They're right behind you. Oh,
They're not gonna clear.
Jadale's not
Just
clearing.
holding, swinging,
Okay.
overheating, finding the 3 to
Oh
finish
my
out the
God.
round.
Some cheese. That is the 3 pick we were looking for.
Dude, this guy's.
Why didn't they clear quarters?
They don't, dude.
J-Dell, you
I've
better
been
than
this. I mean, the fact that this happens so often, even in pro play. I mean, just why has this been happening so
Look,
much this
I don't want to
year?
be the type of guy to say, but
Why have been people?
it's literally the meme of he's standing right behind me, isn't he?
the Vandals. And I think a comment about how this game has been going and how pro play has been going during kickoffs as well is
Oblivious.
I'm gonna play in a corner that no one is going to think to check, and they don't check it.
Because you'd be stupid to hide in that corner, and they're like,
Not,
oh yeah.
I mean, not even. I think in some situations, in a lot of situations, actually, Utica would and should be clearing that. And the fact that Sumcheese was able to get away with a trigger discipline moment was pretty embarrassing.
The immediately taking down of J-Dell and then going for a triple kill afterwards is
Yeah, but new when
madman
overheat.
energy.
I feel like Sumcheese in particular just mechanically knows
Built
the tempo.
difference.
He understands. He's like, I got that one pick. I'm gonna swing. Surely there are people behind him. I don't know. Now Utica has gotten the spike down, and the Vandals are going for a 4v4 retake. Game captain takes out Jadel, traded out by Complex.
3v3.
Sumcheese drops.
2v2.
Diabolic does take out Chronicles, but Sumcheese falls to Jabito. Gets hit by the concussion. Has nothing to fight against it. It's a very
Jabito,
unlucky situation for
The
sure.
utility that he is using his breach is forcing these Vandals in such unadvantageous places, and then just picked off one by one by one.
But, I mean, it goes to show. I mean, why am I blanking on what I'm trying to say? Utica has very strong players. I think the Vandal has to recognize they can't just lie back.
Their usual tactics do not work. They have to put more brain power into this.
And I mean, once again, I kind of already called it. There was going to be a really shaky time on the first map. This team's, this new quote-unquote new roster's first time playing together during an ECAC match, and I think that's pretty unlucky timing considering it's still week 2 of the regular season.
And on the map that they didn't want to choose too, that definitely plays a big impact.
Well, I mean, I would imagine they'd be comfortable playing the map
I mean, yes,
regardless.
split is a staple, but regardless,
David getting
preparing for
timing,
Haven and then going into
Sumcheese.
split is not ideal.
Looking at for a
Here's
flank.
the jet dash.
He is playing Stinger though, so his value may go underrepresented. I don't know. Do you have that spike planted for main? Rest of the Vandals, or sorry, rest of Utica, excluding Joy, is going to be playing that in Garage.
I don't think the Vandals will be able to play fast enough to take
Sumcheese
sight.
does take out Jabito though. Game captain doesn't know about the flank from Heaven. And probably goes to
Chronicles is
Joyce,
easily gonna get a
just
double
find one,
here.
tried it out. Oh, and it's everything is falling apart.
Everything's bad. Everything is being destroyed. The devastation is incalculable.
The Vandals, I don't know. They've not been feeling themselves. They've only been able to find one round this half, and
It really feels
Utica,
like
especially on their offense, has just been playing this way smarter, way stronger. And I don't know exactly if the Vandals know what to do here. Maybe maybe is what it is. I don't know. We're down 5 now. And, playing on an eco, I don't think we're gonna be able to find anything out of that. Who knows? Maybe I'm calling it too early.
I mean, yeah. You can never really be certain how these events play out. I have personally seen some rather amazing plays from David, Some Cheese, and rest in peace, Dohyun. And I know Game Captain has similar levels of skill on top of that. Each one of them have the chance of making a play by themselves, which just goes to show that Utica is that good.
Go ahead. Stand
Oh,
and there's the Taeho ult forcing out Haven.
Beautiful Taeho ult. Gonna deny the retake longer from the Vandals. They're gonna have some try to swing this. Game Captain takes out Chronicles, trade it out. Jadel takes out Loft Tech, trade it out. Complex takes out Diabolic, not trade it out. Some Cheese does take out Javito, though doesn't know the spray pattern, unfortunately. Joyce is going to take him out and leave Utica at match point.
Okay, Vandals, I need you to win one more round and make my prediction correct.
What, did you say it was going to be 13-7?
Yeah.
Oh.
I said it's probably going to be 13-7 first map, and then they use that information to get an advantage in map 2.
I don't know. I mean, I don't even think they might be able to find that advantage. I think you're just kind of outplayed mechanically in a lot of situations, and that's leaving them unsure of which spots to clean up, especially on their defense, which I feel like has been a little bit weaker. But I mean, who knows? We have rifles again, going for a 1-2-2 split.
I mean,
trying not to push up.
The Vandals play defense like they're on offense, so I understand where you're coming from.
See a lot of util coming out. Oh, Loft Tech finding Joys as they try to enter, but being traded out by a Complex. David does find Jadel, though.
Oh,
Some Cheese finds Chronicles. The breach ult, perfect timing, delaying the plant. Complex trying to shoot while distorted, and Some Cheese finding Javito. And you see what happens when you play defensively? Yep. Yeah, JM. Potato. I'm not even from Idaho, and before I came here, my impressions of Idaho were potatoes, guns, and racism. So I've learned some of those things are not as significant.
To clarify those 3 elements, it is potatoes, and guns.
That's true. That is true.
But can you blame us? Potatoes are fantastic.
An interesting play from the Vandals here, throwing a lot of util into Utica's A main. Jado, I think, will find the timing here to take out Loft Tech.
One. Diabolic's going to be taken down by Jet, or at least Jadel. Okay. We have a 3v5 there, Russian B, but I think they're going to go for a reset towards A.
Going on. David
does
take out Javito while they try to get the ult orb. It doesn't even matter. Utica already found their flame. Use the Yeoman ult to get the spike down. Now the Vandals are trying to recoup, making their way back over to A site for the retake. In a fight that's not really in their favor. It's 3v4 right now.
Hey, but hear me out. What if they just...
I know exactly.
Game Captain holding for Chronicles and still losing the fight.
And that allows them to get Cypher ultimate. They know where they are.
Unlucky. That is a feels bad moment. The salvos putting David in a bit of a corner here.
Last player standing.
Joy's holding elbow. David does find the trade.
Taps
the spike. Finds it. A 4K to take the round. Finds the defuse and a round for the Vandals. How does he do it? Nobody knows.
That was beautiful. Beautiful. Can you please do that again? I would really appreciate it.
Keeping the hopes and dreams for the Vandals alive. But
please tell me we got the clip on
that. For
that.
how much longer? No one's here.
Where did they go?
Probably thought the game was lost, so just
we still have a map. We still have a map too. Production just left.
It's fine.
At least we have the cool production people left.
Kaz was talking like this is a chess match. This is about the dynamics.
Kaz is talking like this is a chess match. I am the everything.
It's treated. You treat it like strategy because a lot of this is push and pull. You know, some cheese takes out Joys.
Let's go.
Beautiful pick to start off the round. Entry utility gone. Obviously, they still have that the flash and whatnot from Breach, especially in the hands of Javito, who very much knows how to play his character. But
okay, now hear me out. Raise ult to jump at J-Del.
I know.
What do you mean no?
You see that distance? You see where Loftek's playing right now?
Yeah, he can make it. I believe in him.
Game Captain does take out Complex, though. So having the Taeho Util down is also going to be pretty lethal for Utica.
Having the Duelist down definitely helps, too. So it's 3-5. They got 45 seconds left on the clock, and they haven't even made it past entry points.
Utica obviously having to play this a little more slow, a little more careful. Not exactly sure where to go. Pretty much the only quote-unquote go button that they have is the Paranoia from Omen, but
30 seconds
even
left.
if more numbers picked off of Utica, Chronicles is going to fall. Jados tries to run it up ramp. See the Breach flash come out.
And the
Loftek
first
finds the third.
From the Vandals. Getting a solid 3K on Raze. But that means Econ should be over. And Utica will be fully equipped for the upcoming challenge. They just need to win one round.
And as long as the Vandals know not to play this aggressively, they know that they've been punished every time that they've had to do that.
So surely they would never do that again, right?
And if they do, I'm just going to quit. I'm quitting my job. Someone else is going to have to play this. Or Overlord is going to have to solo cast, which is certainly going to be a fun time. Yep.
Look, I can solo cast. I have the energy, the dedication, and enough confidence to BS through any circumstance that revolves talking. It's how I even got here. Go.
Diabolic and Loftek
solid double down.
pushing up and making it work. The Breach and the top frag actually falling in that fight. Two valuable players on the side of Utica falling in that engagement. Very unlucky.
Either something happened to Utica or something happened to the Vandals because the dynamic is changing rapidly.
I don't know. Maybe if they decided to press X a little bit more often, maybe they'd find something. I don't know. Complex is still up, though, with their ult. And no one on the side of the Vandals has died, so not a lot of opportunities for Cypher to collect any ult charge and find information off of that. Once again, Utica is forced to play this slow. Boom! Joyce tries to throw it, plays fast. Loftek's holding it. Doesn't.
Complex runs through the grenade wave. Whoa,
Chronicles takes out Game Captain on the flank, but doesn't know there's a second behind him.
30
it's a
seconds
3v2
left.
situation versus Utica here. David holding down sight.
David, you've got
Paranoia hitting Chronicles, but he runs in the garage. Okay, that's pretty bad. Sometimes does have to flank though.
One enemy remaining.
Boom, takes out Chronicles. The healthy player is down, and Somcheese finds the last one on Complex.
What is going on?
Wow.
Utica was completely stomping. The Vandals almost have it tied up.
We move
Knock
as a
on wood,
unit,
obviously,
okay?
even though this isn't
Last
wood.
thing
But
I need is some hero.
Hey,
That's not what-
I said that they were going to keep it close despite the challenges, and the Vandals are proving me right here.
my prediction is
12,
off,
10.
way off.
Now with the Vandals having another comfortable round economically to play here.
If they keep this up, it's going to be up to overtime to decide who wins first map, and that will mean everything for map 2.
Meanwhile, obviously Utica playing on their eco. Gonna have to lock it in to really find some value. Only have that Breach and the Taeho ult here, which are probably the most valuable ults that they have on the game, at least in terms of offensive play. So, we should wait and see what happens? Question mark?
I mean,
Full hesitance on that statement.
I'm assuming they wouldn't use it this round. They'd wait for full buy and then try and use those ults in some combination to force the Vandals into a bad position. But also, Viper Ryze ult. Raze ult, sorry, not Ryze.
Yeah, I don't... the Raze ult, I feel like, is... Unless if there's a clump, I feel like it's only really going to be good for one pick.
Which Utica doesn't.
Which I don't even think you need the ult for.
Yeah, you're not
just
wrong.
Play the gunplay.
But you can always use it as a stalling tactic. Most people are not going to jump towards a Raze with ult up.
something like that.
That is a death sentence.
Now, some of Utica is dropping on the site, finding a very beautiful work. Joyce running into 2. Complex and Jadel finding the 2 that were on site and taking them out through the smoke. Complex taking out Diabolic. And suddenly it's looking a lot more advantageous for
Spike
Utica.
planted.
Jadel's not looking too healthy. It's fine. They're going to back up in. Oh, nope. They're not backing up,
Go
actually.
ahead.
There's the
Stun.
They're
tail.
pushing
One enemy remaining.
out. Complex finding that last on game
Attackers
captain to
win.
finish out the round and the map for Utica. 13-10, a pretty strong finish from both teams. Once again, I said they were going to keep it close. 13-10 is no score to scoff at. I just think,
Especially with the team that literally got put together, what, in the past 24, maybe 48 hours?
something like that.
They have not had the time to work with their allies as much as Utica has. And thus far, not the worst results on not their map pick, with these stacked up disadvantages laid upon them. This, I think, actually gives us a pretty decent sight into how map 2 is going to go.
Maybe
if the
Haven is different, and from what I heard, the comp was going to be different. The way that Haven was going to be played is different from what we've seen thus far. I'm excited to see how that ends up going, but I'm still hesitant. I don't know if I trust it. Even with how close things were, a lot of the former half of Split was kind of a cakewalk for Utica. And it was a pretty hard time for the Vandals to find their footing. Once again, they ended that half 7-5, so it wasn't all bad.
And they started to get some sort of landing
great.
halfway through it, which if they can do what they had in between rounds 14 and 20 and do that for an entire map, it'll be a wrap. It'll be a wrap.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so. For now, we are going to be going to a break. So if you aren't already, please do consider following the Idaho Esports Twitch channel. It's free, and if you hate us or something, you can just turn our notifications off. We're 10 away from 700, the next big 100 milestone. So any help that we can get reaching that would be greatly appreciated. If you're feeling great, if you're feeling generous, or if you have a free Prime sub laying around, why not use it on us? Get some fun emotes. Get a badge next to your name. You get to help support a grassroots collegiate esports community, which I think is pretty cool. Shouts out to Ziply Fiber and Monster Energy for sponsoring the Vandal Esports program. Go get yourself fed. Go watch a fun YouTube video while
water.
you're on your break. And we will see you back here shortly.
See you guys in a second. Hello everybody and welcome back. We are getting ready for map 2. I definitely didn't steal your thunder.
No, you're fine. We didn't talk about who was going to start. That's fine.
We currently,
as you guys knew, map 2 is going to be Haven. We saw a pretty, I won't say pretty, it was kind of like a vaguely rough map 1. But the Vandals still actually kept it pretty close, especially with the comeback, fake comeback, but comeback nonetheless from second half. Finished that first map split 13-10 in favor of Utica. Now we're going on to Haven.
The Vandals,
which
choice of poison.
I don't hate this comp that we're running. I actually don't.
Yoru,
it's
ISO,
different.
Sova, Clove, and Cypher.
I was told
Cypher, an absolute staple pick for this map.
this was a Fnatic's Haven comp without the Omen, because instead of the Clove, they have the Omen. I feel like Clove is pretty much just as good as Omen here. Again, offensive controllers just work better on Haven as opposed to more defensive ones, such as Viper and Brimstone. I'm a Brimstone one trick. No, that's not true. I play Brimstone and KO. But except I haven't been playing Smokes because I realize sometimes I just don't need to. Sometimes I just need
Smokes?
Sometimes I like having a go button. I like being able to swing out of a smoke, which is why I like playing KO, because he has a pop flash. I pop the flash, I run out, and then I immediately die because I can't play the game.
Yeah, there was the twist I was expecting.
But it does feel better, like, not just having to, like, raw dog walking out of a smoke.
Hey, Joy's almost taking down game captain. He does get to escape with his teleport, thankfully.
Yeah. I should probably cast the map now. Going in the first round with the Vandals on attacker side. Once again, Some Cheese taking out Jadel.
First blood for the
Link.
map. Goes to Some Cheese.
Oh, Complex is on the breach this time. That's interesting. Now Chronicles is holding down C. Cypher pings Some Cheese. Sees just a little bit of Diabolic. Gonna try and make some noise,
that is
but they're
an
not
interesting
fully
tech.
committed to walking out of garage there. So instead, Complex is going for the rotate, and the rest of the Vandals are bringing that Spike B, which I think is where they're going to end. I think they should end here. No. Vulnerable does hit Joy's. They're holding B, looking into A-Link.
I think they suspect the Sova around the corner,
30
who's now
seconds
going
left.
to have to back away, otherwise facing
Ping on Loftac! Takes out Chronicles, DeVito does take out Game Captain, and David! Dude, that right click is just hitting everything.
One enemy remaining.
Complex takes out Loftac. Some Cheese takes out DeVito, finally. Gets the spike, has time for the plant anyway.
10 seconds left.
And as long as they get the spike down, they'll get the money they need.
This is be a really interesting situation for Some Cheese. Obviously, he doesn't have his retap, so
but
I mean,
honestly,
playing on the skin of his. But wait, do I like this play? Holding this corner that they're probably not going to clear. They're jumping out of heaven. Some Cheese knows they're there. They're both going around. Knows that Joy's is up. Can't hit a shot.
But it doesn't matter. They just get
the healthy
on.
one is dead.
The flank.
No, Some Cheese! Please lock it in.
They're playing Ring Around the Rosie.
No! Unlucky.
He just had a stall.
Yeah, he had the time. He had the time. It's fine.
He needed 3 more seconds.
But you know what?
I respect
Here's what I'll say
that
about this.
so hard.
Some Cheese didn't know. It's a very pressure situation. He was playing on like 20 health, so obviously nerves are going to be a little bit higher. Obviously, you're going to feel just not great about the situation that you're playing. You're bound to make a move that's not in your favor.
Yeah.
It's fine. I don't.
It's not optimal.
Optimal. What's the pun there? Like like the sniper, or are you just saying optimal?
Optimal. AWPTIMAL. But
Vandals.
I am surprised that there was a 3-pick off of Classics round 1.
Oh no, I'm not.
Complex
Everybody was
able to pull that off.
I didn't say that word. Anyways, everybody was basically one shot. Joyce does take out Lofttech though. And Jadels takes out some cheese.
I mean, this round is going to be a wrap for the Vandals.
Oh, Diabolic takes out
Diabolic
Jadel.
beats
I think he's able to get that rifle. Yeah, no, he's running Sheriff. Never mind. Yeah, he is playing on 7 health, so probably doesn't want to play it too aggressive. Especially since, I mean, you can basically just look at him and he dies. You don't even have to, like, breathe on him.
You give him an awkward eye roll, and all of a sudden he collapses under the weight of his own self-existence.
But, I mean, that Cypher Cam actually doing a good job at pinging at least one of them on. David does take out Chronicles, Joys, and Complex find those last 2.
They took down 2, and they got Spike Plant. Not the worst outcome for an eco round.
No, and I will say that I think something that the Vandals are going to benefit from heavily for sure is being able to get that Spike.
Because it's what, an extra couple hundred gold for each player. I say gold credits.
That was gold. But yeah, no, I think just being able to get that Spike down at least gives the person who planted money. Which I believe it was Diabolic who got the plant down, and having a little bit more money for the Initiator is always nice.
Because he has expensive equipment.
It wasn't Lofttech that was there, though, who definitely would have needed that money, but
he'll get what he needs as the game progresses.
You see the concussion come out from Breach. Not hitting anything. You're going to see a very hard entry on 2C site.
Okay.
Game Captain taking out Chronicles. Sunchi's taking out Jadel. Perfect. The C clear is going to hit that default spot. Some Cheese does take out Complex though.
You know,
so now it's a 2v5.
I doubted the ISO Yoru duo. You know,
I like it. It gives us a
see
flash.
The potential now. I can see it.
We don't really need a flash initiator because we have Yoru. We have all the information coming out of both Cypher and Sova.
And
I don't hate this comp at all.
And ISO is a magnificent duelist.
Yeah, I mean, like, Contact Duelists haven't been pretty meta for a while, but it does kind of allow the Vandals kind of just to walk. They don't even need to rely on the flash. They can just walk and then let... Who is playing Yoru right now? Lofttech? No, Lofttech's playing Cypher. Vito is going to look for an exit pick. Not find it through the box. That's unlucky. Game Captain to do whatever he wants. If you've seen how Sentinels decides to play Zekin on the Yoru, you can kind of just see. He's a character that can be a little selfless, which I used to like about Yoru when I played him, when I was in, like, Iron. But, you know, it kind of just allows you to do whatever you want. You don't have to rely on the rest of your team to do things.
You have good mobility, you have good intel gathering, and I like Yoru.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So I hate that. I really do not hate that. Especially the clones end up being super useful for playing against the Cypher and the Cypher setups and whatnot. You know, being able to pre-clear trips.
The operator on round 4 is crazy.
Coming out of the Vandals? Or
coming out of Joy.
Ooh. Well, that's a good player for you.
On A long, 2 rather than C long is crazy.
Don't hate it, though. Obviously, you'd want to keep an op there anyway. It's not smoke, though, so it's kind of just going to be a matter of I'm going to hold this angle and wait for somebody to swing. Because that ends up being a really easy pick.
Yeah.
But they don't know that op is there. That's the difference.
Yeah, that is true, because it is so early on.
And there's not even, like, a warning shot to let them know. They're not even going to peek long, man. They're just going B. They're going to clear A link. They're going to get the spike down. Complex does take out some cheese.
Some cheese comes back
does
up.
Pop the ult. Goes into smoke. And it immediately dies to DeVito.
30 seconds left.
Loftek fighting a nice 2.
Okay, now it's an op versus 4 Vandals. 4 Vandals with 4 Vandals, actually.
1v4 retake with an op. I think Joyce knows
Spike
that
planted.
round is over. They're
Yeah,
not
they're
even
gonna try and
for
save
it.
what they can.
So they're gonna save that op and just see if anybody chases him out.
They heard that.
They heard
definitely
Joy's
hear it.
drop.
The question
so
is
they're gonna
Joy
have-
expecting the Loftek flank?
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on Joy's right now.
Joy's gonna get hit from back.
From behind. Yeah, just
Swapping
pulls
his
the
pistol.
classic out. Yeah.
Loftek with a solid triple.
I mean,
Please tell me-
everybody's
Okay,
just hitting the
Loftek,
Y.
Pick up the op. Take that for your own. Show me what you got.
Yeah, it was a very curious round from Utica there. who's
yeah.
struggling to find their footing on this map as well. So, I will say, I guess it
They
just
didn't take the op.
means That, yeah, I think it's better that they did.
Yeah, because especially since
Loftek's
they're on
op is not
offense
good.
rather than defense.
I don't think it is anyway. I don't think Loftek's op is very good. But
Well, you could give it to a different teammate.
if nobody else is comfortable on the op, they just don't take it.
That is
It's
true.
simple as that. Especially because if you pick up the op, you run the risk of dying and losing a round and giving the enemy team the opportunity to pick that op back up.
That is true.
And
When you can just
obviously-
make it so they lose 5K
Spike
credits
down.
for
C.
making a bad choice.
Exactly.
Revealing area.
That sonar sitting right in front of David. It's going to give Utica just a tad bit of information. Joy's is... Oh! Okay, well, it does get traded out, but it's fine. But
Yeah.
one more
That's-
person gone.
Like you said, it's another one of those. They didn't sweep the corner.
Which in rotations like that, you wouldn't expect somebody to be holding that anyway, but...
Oh, you see the Omen forehead.
Yes, game captain taking out Jadel. Spike gets down, and the Hunter's
So
Fury
cold
coming out a
coming
little
out.
too late. The isolation not finding anything. But David's still holding on that double tap. Chronicles does take out Loftek. Not expecting someone to be main there. But it's a fine 2v2. You know, Chronicles is hit, not looking too healthy. And it's just a duelist, a selfless duelist on the contact duelist alone. You do have David with the
They're not gonna have enough
vulnerability abilities.
They're not gonna have
You
enough
see the
time.
drone, clear at least one in garage.
Last
Someone
player
should die,
standing.
doesn't!
One enemy remaining.
Oh, wait a minute.
Bad gunplay coming out of David.
Javito's dead, but do they have enough time to defuse? I don't think so.
Yeah, I think so. Oh no, they didn't.
Yeah, they do not have enough
They
time.
would have if they hit it.
No, they wouldn't have.
Wow.
So,
what? I
even
think they
though-
couldn't find the spike.
Even though the
soon
Vandals
enough.
lost the battle, they won that war.
And I will
And
say,
they have the money to replace all of their gear.
not too much though. Again, it's going to be quite a heavy force from Utica. While
was
the
talking
Vandals
about the
are
Vandals.
still. Huh?
I was talking about the Vandals could afford that easily.
Oh yes. Yeah. But it
Joey's
is
going for another op.
Mhm.
Interesting.
is going to be a very heavy buy out of Utica.
If they lose
will
that, that's
be pretty
another 2
lethal
rounds.
to lose another round like that. But once again, Op's going to be coming up long. The smoke to block off, or not the smoke, but the cage to block off lobby, allow the Vandals to lurk sewers. I see Complex going for the rotate here. Joy's
And it
finding that
works.
pick. No smokes for the Vandals in this fight. Might be fine, might just be able to win their 50-50s, but who knows? They know that Op is there now. And it can kind of play against that. Yoru, blind coming out. David finding that kill on Complex. Game Captain taking out the Op. Jadel getting hit by the vulnerable and the Omen ult. It's backed out by the smoke, backed out by the shock dart. It's just, yeah, he's finding nothing.
David
He's
and
forced into
Captain-
heaven.
David's covering of Captain when going for that play was fantastic.
Jadel does find one. Playing out of heaven though. Is playing on pretty dangerous health, but even then, Knuckles is playing in CT.
We are not
See the firewall coming out,
exactly-
trying to clear sight. See the one in short. Jadel
Okay.
shoots in. Yeah, it is.
Nowhere to run.
The Hunter's Fury
Oh,
isn't
here's
gonna
the
find
Sova ult.
anything. Chronicles
Last
is looking
player
to.
standing.
They just gotta buy time.
The Hunter's Fury bought them some time, but not enough.
It's
Chronicles
not
is
gonna be
gonna
enough.
find that
Jadel's
flank,
got this.
and Jadel's gonna be able to stick, find a defuse, another round on the board.
If he waited maybe
for-
another 4 or 5 seconds and cast that, might have made it the difference. All I know is that Joy's taking out some Chiefs so early in the round really made it difficult for the Vandals with having no smokes.
And once again, you know, going to be seeing that off coming out of Joy's. Going to be a nicer time out of Utica. Looks like a stressful time out of the Vandals trying to figure out what went
Joy's
wrong.
another op? Oh my lord.
I think they were able to afford it, or they picked it up from last round.
Joyce was dead.
Yeah,
Oh,
so somebody else would have picked it up.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. Now Joyce is going to be holding C long this time here. The shock dart is looking to clear out, I think, right side or cubby or so. I don't think it finds anything because obviously nobody's pushed up that far. Now some cheese is going to be holding C link. Rest of the Vandals thinking about taking it to B. J-Dells does find game captain though, is revealed by the recon.
They are throwing so many bullets to the smokes. Immediate transition from middle into one of the areas heading towards C.
Chronicles takes out David in garage. The Vandals are very split here. I mean, don't
J-Dell's
exactly
gonna get
have...
some cheese. Some cheese is looking.
Oh, J-Dell on top of the box. It's gonna be a rough round for the Vandals for sure. Op isn't finding any value, and now is gone.
Now it's gone. Yeah.
Last player standing.
Unless if they win this
losing
round
the
again.
50-50. Now it's just Lofttech holding a corner. Smoke goes up. J-Dell pushing up. Pretty much dies.
Yeah,
And
there's not a
gets
whole lot you
sprayed.
can do under that circumstance. They're gonna reclaim that up for Joy's.
Pretty much all you can do is just shoot the recon and
hope
if
it works.
Yeah, and if you
Yeah.
miss it, you miss it, and you have to lose, which is so sad. You know, J-Dell would have fallen, would have been one more person off of Utica, a little less pressure for the Vandals. But now, the Vandals are forced to play a save round while Utica is able to confirm that lead.
Lofttech running with a Vandal.
I'm
think
done with Cypher's secrets.
maybe Gabe. Nah, I don't know if they'll be able to do anything about this round, even if they did use your ults. It just won't be a big enough impact. But they do know that there's an op there, and that they are not allowed to play safe.
No, the op is there. A little bit of damage on the Joys. Smoke there, allowing her to rotate. Vito takes out game captain from A-Link. The Vandals are going to quickly have to move things around. Boom! Lofttech
One shot
finds
to
that
the
finish
chest.
on Javita.
Mew puts the smoke over his smoke.
Camera clears out complex. But they know that Lofttech's playing in sewer now. Pings him again.
Why isn't Complex taking care of the camera?
Well, they don't know where it is.
Well, they
Lofttech's
took
only on
care
it for
of
a second, yeah, and then they shot it. Someone else was there.
They're just waiting for the smokes to fall, and then we'll see who wins the 50-50s.
Still a curious push from
30
Vandals so
seconds
far.
left.
J-Del does take out
Spike
Diabolic.
down,
Vandals
B.
looking for another. Lofttech does find it on Complex. It's going to make Joyce rotate back, but it's fine. Vandals are able to get the spike down. Is going to have to play against a rifle, though, and David doesn't actually have the aim or the reaction time to be able to fight that, which, fine.
Another taking
Low
2
stakes.
down and getting down Spike again.
Yeah,
Not
it's
ideal, but
valuable
not terrible.
on those saves. Very valuable on those save rounds.
This place is nice.
Now they're able
but
to
not
buy
nice enough
again.
to die in. Let's win and get out of here.
And, I mean, I don't know. I'm feeling a bit iffy about how the Vandals have run this so far, and how they're going to continue to run it. Obviously, having a gap like this on your map pick is not great.
Not good. Especially if they lose another round and are forced into another eco state. Then they'll be forced into a semi-buy with how close the turn point is. It'll set them up poorly for the upcoming set.
Now the cage does block off a little bit of lobby. The Vandals aren't going to use it as an opportunity to rotate. It's more just for noise.
It's you and me.
Isolation
Okay,
finds
ISO
Chronicles. David does Windows. Okay.
Okay, I was about to be if he didn't win those.
But someone did die. Out
It
of
was
that
game
situation.
captain and some
Now
cheese
some
fell.
cheese falling. which, I mean, a great pick. Oh,
that's not great.
Finding David and Long. It's just going to be a 2v4
One
situation
enemy
once
remaining.
again. And
1v4
Javito on the
situation.
flank takes out Diabolic, is able to hug the spike, and leaves Loftek in a very not good situation, for sure. Doesn't know. Javito's going for the flank.
The longest solo flank known to man.
Scanning ahead.
But
And
it's fine. We're in the point of the half where the tie is still doable.
Yeah,
Just
but
about
they don't
getting
have
there.
the money to fight this round out.
No, yeah, no. They're in that period of running back and forth between rifles and saving and whatnot. And unless, you know, they're able to find a couple crucial picks,
Yeah,
I think this might be another 7-5 for Utica.
Cage trigger.
Honestly, 7-5 isn't terrible. 7-5 isn't bad.
No, not
We
awful.
take those, we transition into defense phase, and we decimate them. I think that is what is going through the Vandals' head right now.
Who's next?
See the Yoru ult going in a clear A. One ping. Yoru ult's not fully clearing CT. I think running out of time.
Enemy.
Spike planted.
Yeah, that recon is going to tag somebody, I think.
But whether or not it makes a big enough impact is going to be the question.
Who knows? I mean, they were able to 5-man onto the site, get the spike down. Numbers are not looking great.
2 in a spike plant. Very much a repeat of the previous eco rounds.
But hey, it's better that they're getting that spike down.
Third verse,
it really
same
is.
as the second and first.
But I don't think the Vandals are too strong about that. I think this is about the time that we were able to pull back the next 2 rounds,
And
get that
since-
7-5 half.
And they can actually get their util and time out
Coming out
from
of
Blood.
Blood is in the coach role, so he can call out the
Yeah.
timeouts.
Right.
But yeah,
In-
no, I think a very needed timeout. I
They
think the
need to
Vandals have been
strategize.
struggling to find whatever it is that they had that let them get those 3 rounds. And you know, I feel like what most of the mental would be right now anyway is they've lost a couple rounds. They lost last map in a pretty close series. They're losing a lot of rounds. They're probably getting beat down. So I don't believe that it's over, obviously. I think the Vandals still obviously have an opportunity to bring things back into their favor.
This is,
And I think that
at least for
that
this
timeout
half.
is going to allow them to figure out what it is that they need to do to do that.
Well, this is. If they lose this round, they're going to be forced into a half bye, and that's going to make them doomed to lose that round too. They need to win this round, win the next round. They can full buy. They have utilities. They know what the general strategy of Utica is. This is the time for them to make the reversal. And then they go into defensive side. They go ahead and they have Cypher set up on C, 2 set up on B, and 2 set up on A, 1 looking at A long. We know how to defend. We know how to defend Haven. It's again, the map hasn't changed its beta.
Hunter's Fury coming out off the bat.
Joyce taking down
And
David.
Joyce finding that pick on David. Here in the trap. Jadel in window, having to push back. Loftek finding it for the trade.
Here.
Please tell me
Chronicles.
Jace doesn't take down another person here. Okay,
Crazy
Joyce
recon.
is down.
Some cheese takes out Chronicles, and the ult coming out from Loftek.
Last player
see- we
standing.
see-
Loftek taking out Javito.
They know where Complex is, and I don't think he likes that idea.
Yeah, I mean, Complex has no util here. He's literally nothing to fight this.
See? That's what I'm saying.
That
They
was
had
a fast
utilities.
round.
They had the weapons.
Can somebody get a timer
Last
on that? How
round in the
fast was
half.
that round?
About 40 seconds.
That was so fast.
Based off my approximation, it's about 40 seconds.
Wow. Okay.
I think they just need to change up the tempo just a wee bit, and look at how effective that was.
Now,
But-
obviously, Utica has rifles to play with.
They have money to. They had money to spare.
That goes there.
Money.
They still have money to
that
spare to a degree.
5-round win streak, of course. But I think they might just try and take it the same way. Seen a lot of util come out from at least Utica kind of the same situation from the Vandals. With
I think
Cage
they
and
want
Lobby.
to. I think they want to prevent how fast the Vandals move this round than they did the previous round. Because they are very much scared now, seeing how crazy the Vandals played. Yeah, they shot the ISO clone.
All 5 alive.
They
70
kept
seconds
shooting the
on
ISO
clock.
clone.
Recon Bolt might find DeVito. Some cheese does swing
Nice.
out.
Oh.
Complex finds the trade on Game Captain. JDL takes out Loftek. Diabolic does find the trade. Complex takes out Some Cheese. Gonna see that ult popped. Gonna allow them to be a little bit more aggressive in CT.
It'll buy
Look
time
for someone else.
It'll buy time for plant.
Joyce is gonna hold this though. Yeah, and Some
Yeah.
Cheese
Some
at least
cheese-
is gonna
I-
clear.
The ult is well worth it, especially for the last round.
Now we
If
do-
people use what you have.
We do have Complex no Yuto on the flank there. And even though we're planted for long, Vandals are choosing to play this on site.
One enemy.
Oh,
remaining.
Why
Complex!
would you walk that white Diabolic?
Doesn't know. Complex is on the
enemy
flank.
remaining.
Now David only needs one more. Oh!
Ah!
And a beautiful
Beautiful
flick on
clutch.
Joyce to finish out the round. That! Oh my, oh.
Did I not predict this very circumstance?
Oh. I knew it was going to be 7-5, but I was just, to see it happen and to see David finally execute the clutches needed to bring things in their favor.
Especially since he's been struggling a little bit dealing with all the ops down long that he has been forced to walk through.
That's
My heart is
nice.
beaten.
That's nice.
And
Loftek
now
on the top rack.
time for
I
them to
think,
reset.
you know what?
I'll take it.
I just
I'll
don't
take
think
it.
Duelist is his role. I think he
is
feels
so
much more
good
comfortable
on
literally any other role. Mostly Sentinel. And
Yeah.
obviously we've been seeing a very strong
us hunt.
performance on the Cypher. He knows the character well. It's like Javito on that breach from on Split.
Yeah.
He just knows how to work around things.
I think him not having to focus solely on gunplay gives him that extra edge he needs to perform.
Exactly. I think he's better at playing off of
Portal
information
closed.
than just being like, okay, I'm going to entry and see what happens. Now, Vandals might know that
I'm gonna
someone's
be honest, I thought
outside
Some
trying to
Cheese was on
hold
the other team
door.
for a second, and I thought he was about to blast Yoru. Did you see Yoru
Gonna have Game Captain hold in this corner here. They don't know that he's in here. Javito gonna swing
Javito.
this. Does he clean? Does he
They
clear
they
it?
see the gun.
No,
they
he
see gun.
doesn't.
Yeah,
Captain
good game.
with the
Game Captain.
two
Getting
right
first blood of the
clicks.
half.
That is important. It's very important. See that spike picked up once again by Utica. They're trying to take a garage. For someone was just here, I guess
Going through
they would
C-Link.
know it's smarter for them to back out.
They do have a couple centered around
Some
mid
cheese
where
takes
Some
out
Cheese takes down
Complex.
Complex.
Some entry Yuto robbed from the side of Utica.
And taking down Joyce.
and
Beautiful double.
even more.
30 seconds left.
Oh, Jado with a very nice 2. Looking for a
Don't let him
third.
get the triple. Don't let him get the triple. Chronicles is behind you.
Missing the shock
Last
dart.
player standing.
Game
Wait.
Captain taking out Chronicles. Jadel. Oh, Diabolic getting caught with his util out. It's just
Loftek.
Loftek who finds it.
He ends
Cancels
the killing
the
spree of
ace
Jadel.
opportunity.
That is the third quad Jadel has done so far in today's matches.
Hey,
That man needs to be stopped.
that's my streamer. I mean, I know I'm rooting for the Vandals, but that's my streamer, guys.
That's my
streamer.
Osu enjoyer.
That's my Osu enjoyer. My 5-digit DT player, bro. Those who know. But I mean, Utica didn't play it awful. I just think that there were a lot of situations that, well, sorry, there were a lot of individual engages that Utica had that, you know, kind of crumbled. Now, obviously, Jado almost brought that back, and to see the Vandals, bring that back, I'm sure feels nice. Now,
That was almost
going
fair
into
Timpex.
round 2 of the second half, a round that's, I think, pretty much just as important as the first. At least, again, in terms of the second half. See that breach flash come up. Paranoia trying to clear anybody hitting the off angle on A long, and
It does
seems
determine
like Utica is pretty
how
much
the econ goes.
pretty committed. David right through the smoke onto Joy's.
His Barry's going to come down shortly.
Spike still in the hands of Complex. A lot of util, the recon being destroyed. Not going to give him too much information.
They are all
Scanning
there.
ahead.
David takes out Complex.
Spike
That's
down
2.
A.
Recon does clear David. But he pretty much knows where there are. Clone's going out. He hits it. Game Captain finds the trade.
enemy
So many
remaining.
kills through smokes today. Diabolic also finding Jado through that smoke.
30
And it's
seconds left.
just Chronicles with that Sen Classic by the
Do
Sen
we
bundle.
get a flawless round here? As long as David is not the one to clear, I think.
I think David is planning on playing Classic. Never
Ah,
mind.
what a shame.
But
But
even,
hey, we take
even
it.
so.
We take it. One rifle for a victory and 5 kills. We absolutely take those.
I obviously it's gonna make it a little bit harder to play that bonus round because you have to buy up here. But even then, I don't think we're feeling too adverse about that.
The Utica is absolutely scraping the bottom of the barrel in terms of money. They are finding the quarters and the couch cushions to be able to get what they need in order to try and turn this around.
Mind you,
Oh, we are
Vandals have
tied
tied
back
this
up.
up.
Yeah.
7-7.
And they
That's
have
something I like about
they
the
have
7-5
eco
is if they're
advantage.
able to turn things around on that second half. You know, you can tie things up really quickly. And maybe even have an opportunity to, I don't know, find a lead. Obviously, Utica's bot here, and they're making a pretty aggressive push on the Vegan, and that spike down. But maybe there's still an opportunity for the Vandals to find a win here. I don't know.
Decoy.
Decoy going out.
Joyce. Full confidence shooting the
wins
decoy,
those?
doesn't even mind.
But
David
goes
finds
in
the
and
trade.
decimates the opponent.
Finds the rifle out of it as well. Javito holding the smoke. Game Captain tapping the spike. The smoke is going down. It looks like a tough situation for Javito. Holding that well. Traded out. Some Cheese finds the trade. They need to stick the spike. Complex takes out Some Cheese. They're not going to be able to find a defuse. And Chronicles, that last kill. And dies to spike. That's bad. But still a round win for Utica. Obviously able to find that lead back and win that eco round pretty confident. Or not eco, but win that force round pretty confidently.
I would say Utica played that really, really well. I think the Vandals getting picked off by, especially the Joy's kill early on, really, really hurt their smoke, so they couldn't go for the spike plant.
But I'm sure it's fine. You know, Vandals are planning to make do of this on their own by round. And plus, it was a bonus. It's a round that, in most situations, you're going to lose anyway.
We've got bonus. We've got both teams on even terms here.
Now,
It's time to see what they can do.
Does C2 playing up in long. He's going to duck. It's by the concussion. The Yoru flash coming out. Jado does see Loftek walk out, but Loftek's still going to find Joyce in long anyway.
The shots that Loftek and David have been making through smokes to
Okay,
take
and
down people
Loftek
are
dies to the
great.
shock dart. Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Not much you can do there. But utility wasted trying to get that kill. Not to mention Chronicles, no util here.
I mean, it looks like they are not going to pursue down C, because that would be a Folly's decision. A fool's folly decision. There we go.
Utica unsure where to hold this.
Chronicle's going to take down Some Cheese here.
Oh,
Never mind. Some Cheese takes those and says, "Yes, sir, please. I would love to do that again."
Timing, just decided to look away for a second. Surely no one's going to be here. And he found
30
out
seconds
very
left.
quickly that someone was, in fact, going to be there.
The rest of the Vandals are
Spike
scrambling
planted.
over there to go and assist Game Captain.
Utica's still going to be able to get that spike down and leave it to be a 4v3 retake. Actually not taking any damage here, and there it is. Never mind.
Ready.
Not taking any damage and an
For
immediately
once, the
dying.
Casper herself.
Last player
Okay,
standing.
that
Traded
was a
out, Diabolic finds the trade.
I respect that flank, Javito.
Even though it was planted for long, I think the Vandals... Oh, well... Complex
They've got this
does take out David. They're sticking. Aren't going to be able to kill the defuse.
utter commitment towards that defusal. Hey, just hide. Don't let them take it from you.
Froze. Do not fake.
That's what we love to see.
Yeah, I mean, it just ended up being a perfect situation for the Vandals to tie it up. Actually, once again, now 8-8. Feeling pretty
Both
good
of them,
after that bye.
Both of them still not with the greatest of incomes yet.
And not exactly
David's going with
sure.
a Bucky.
Okay. Maybe he's going to hold a rat angle. I think he's just going to post up in sewers and wait to see if anyone pushes him.
And then he's just going to rush them with shield and hope he can get a second.
Now, Game Captain here's a lot of grass. Going to calm that. Recon gets... oh, sorry. The fireball hits the trip. Game Captain takes out Joy's in the entry. Hunter's Fury... Hunter's Fury delays the plant. Diabolic finishes it out.
That hit Complex
with the help.
right in the chest.
Chronicles looking for another hit. Vulnerable, though.
He is holding that angle.
Come on. David finds a pick on Jadel. Chronicles. Dude, the Bucky is going crazy. David traded out too late by Javito. And now the spike is out of the hands of Utica.
They have all the pressure in the world here. They watch for the flank angle and going through main. And there's nothing that Javito should be able to do here.
That smoke is going to hold down a link. Loftek's going to hold it. Javito's not going to be able to clear it. Smoke goes down. Knows to play this conservative. He doesn't have to push it, but he might.
Come on, Game Captain.
30
you know
seconds.
who's
Game
there.
Captain pretty much only knows they can't be anywhere else.
They see it. They see it.
Recon for the intel.
24
but damage
HP.
regardless. Loftek nearly dying. Oh.
Wasn't worth for a second.
Nah.
I say with the most tense of facial expressions.
But it's good. That's a round that we like to see won. Vandals taking that lead after a pretty unsteady round, at least in terms of money. For both teams, it should be even pacing in terms of weapons.
Thank you.
Also see a couple ults on the side of Utica, but also on the side of the Vandals.
But if Vandals beat Utica in this round, they get at least 2 points, as long as they don't completely fudge up the econ round that'll happen immediately afterwards. This is an important round for determining who has advantage going into match points. You do see a little bit of damage getting hit by Diabolic.
Most of the Vandals actually posted up towards take. Not a decision I mind.
Especially considering all of the pressure is really there. Yeah, it makes sense.
So much
and then
utility
the two
dumped in
ciphers are
main.
the ones on the other side.
And you see the ult.
There's
see Loftek
the-
already posted to 1C,
Jadel
but
lost.
Jadel takes it out. Doesn't even matter. He doesn't have the spike, though. You see
Yeah,
the
but now the
Vandals trying to
rest of the
heavy
Vandals are
commit to a
zooming.
rotate. But there's still enough time on the clock for Utica to re-hit. Jadel swings out at the perfect time, taking out Game Captain. Finding another.
Last player standing.
Jadel.
Oh, a 4K from the side of Jadel.
It is not Utica versus the Vandals. It is Jadel versus the
Just
Vandals.
walking
Fourth
right at him.
4K tonight alone.
I think the Vandals are pretty, something that keeps happening that works in Jadel's favor is that the Vandals are like, I can swing this. This is fine. I can
And they
win those.
really
and then
can't.
he loses those. You're not really supposed to give ones in a situation like that. But I digress. It's 9-9 now. It's actually in favor of Utica, obviously having the rifles and the utility to actually play off of, while the Vandals only pretty much have the utility and some of the guns.
But I don't know. There's a couple of ults up. Clove can go crazy here. ISO can go crazy here. Your ults would be good for some information gathering if need be. Jadel taking down
takes out
some cheese who decides
Forcing
not to
those
use their
smokes
ults.
down. Yeah, I mean, what would it be worth in a situation like that? Javito taking out David and Jito, finding Game Captain as they swing.
Loftek also on the verge of death.
Jito just getting those smokes down. Got Loftek playing inside one. Bad smoke. Loftek takes out Javito. Diabolic takes out Jadel.
2v3.
It's suddenly a 2v3. A couple rifles on the side of the Vandals. Make this thing a little more evenly matched, but they don't know that Chronicles is on that flank.
One enemy remaining.
It is a 1v3 with one on flank, two on the other sides. He tried Admiral attempt. He did get Chronicles low, but not low enough.
a lead taken by Utica once again, but I mean,
10-9.
it's still been a very close half. The Vandals have been showing Utica that last map wasn't a fluke, right?
there.
You know, still keeping up even competition, still showing Utica what they have in store. They just need to bring it a little bit harder, you know. And
I mean, if they had
with some of the
rifles, that round would have gone differently.
of course.
Okay, we see the Cypher cam get set up by Chronicles. Some cheese, you cannot get picked out early by J-Del like that. Out of everyone, you are one of the most important people on the team, especially when you have your ultimate up. We need to see you. We need to see you pull out all the stops here. They are going to see that they're along A side.
Won't go for the heavy rotate just yet.
Nowhere to run.
Hunter's Fury coming out of whoever's playing. So Javito taking
Takes
out
Diabolic.
David is going to beat Kevin. Some damage on him. No one's pushed up though, so finds no value out of that. And we're going to see the rotate. Obviously, the Omen ult hits C once again. They're heavy committing to it. JDL takes out Lofttech. The isolation taking out JDL, but honestly, might not be a great situation. Yeah.
Because JDL just takes those.
Oh, but is traded.
They take down
His body is held.
but they've
planted.
already planted. It is 4v2.
They had a very heavy commit on the C. Now it's, I mean, they got to make something work.
I don't think they can. I think the Vandals just have to
I
take
think
it.
they're just planning on saving another round to Utica that they probably wouldn't have wanted to give if they could have helped it. But
That'll be 11-9. We'll be going into maybe a semi-force. I don't know.
some of us, yes, not all of us.
Because, well, we know some cheese and game caps will have their stuff, obviously, but I think David's going to go for a force buy. Because we need the intel from Lofttech, and that'll be too expensive to get any decent weapons with.
Now, Vandals in a kind of tough situation, choosing to take a very well-needed timeout. The only team to have actually taken a timeout in this entire series, and so far has taken one last half and one this half.
But it is going better than it has been on the previous map, because at this point it was, what,
11-6. 11-6, and they brought it back.
11-6? Yeah. So, if we can get a reversal like we did at first match, we take these next 3 rounds and we win the game.
Plus, I know
Next 4
like
rounds.
they're aiming to play things smarter. I feel like they're a little bit more confident about how to approach this round. But obviously, as we're going for the force again, we need that timeout. We need to be able to see like, hey, how do we play this here?
Because they are getting
how
picked
should
out
we be
way
holding?
too often trying to go for these one-on-one engages.
Especially with the
against
overcommits
J-Del.
rotating.
Yeah.
You see J-Del hit that ult on the other side of the map. They're like, we got to kill him because they might have the spike.
He's not the one.
They never do. It's
He's not the
always for the
initiator.
bait. And it always ends up working out in the Vandals or in Utica's favor.
And then once they have that set up, oh, J-Del took 2, 3, maybe 4 people with him. You can't contest a point afterwards.
Which I think is something that's so essential about having J-Del on the side of Utica. He's such a strong fragger.
Like, he's 22-13, and believe it or not, Javito is the exact same position.
Does have plenty of assists, though, as well, with the smokes and other damage that he's gotten out on
That
the
is
Vandals. But even so, like, you can always kind of rely on him to at least get one around.
Hey, Chronicles, will you check the corner?
I don't even think it'll matter.
Enemy down. Focus. No targets.
He doesn't even need to swing it. The double shock darts don't hit anything, though.
Destabilizing.
Oh!
He tried.
Crazy damage on the J-Del and Complex.
Okay, it is 3v4,
Some cheese
but
does take out Javito.
there are
Might
2
as
people on
well
death's
be
door.
a 3v or a 4v1.
Yeah.
And I do trust J-Del to get a pick here.
Because he
which
will
is
at least
something-
trade 1 person with him.
Oh my god, everybody's playing Bucky's. I love this. This is so funny.
This is peak.
This is
peak Valorant.
what I work for. Yeah, using the flash to clear out sewer. Vandals hitting that concuss.
They're hard committing towards A. They're going through now.
That's only Diabolic here with a rifle.
30 seconds
swing
left.
I mean, Diabolic has rifle, but we also
dashes.
have
Oh, unlucky. Game Captain
Spike
does take out
down
Complex,
A.
traded out.
So it's J-Del and Joyce versus Loft Tech and Some Cheese. We do have 2 ultimates here. The Cypher ult coming out.
Spike planted.
Okay. Joyce is under.
That's actually a very important second hit to have had. J-Del's
Okay,
gonna
kill
swing this,
J-Del.
die.
Cool.
They
Vandals got
know
this.
that the last is in hell. They just need to swing it.
1 enemy remaining.
Joyce,
My ult's ready.
it's the ult. Loft Tech.
They didn't even need to use the ult there. But honestly, I respect it. With their right before their soul crumbles. You know, I'm gonna come back to life and just defuse real quick.
They get money anyway. It's fine.
That is
Now
true,
it's
that is true, that is
11-10.
true.
Another opportunity for the Vandals to take things a little further. Obviously, some of us saved.
they're
We
forced
should
by-
have a little bit more money for rifles here, but
And their force isn't quite as bad. It is still pretty bad, but at least Loft Tech has a little bit of money to make sure that everyone can get their utils. Oh, David! Oh, David, come on! Don't get my hopes up. You can't just pretend to get an Odin. Let me see it.
no, he's
I
not
am
going to.
an
It's
Odin
not safe.
degenerate. I know. Okay.
Now it looks like Utica is just going to take this pretty strong. They're like, all right, let's.
They still are refusing to use their ultimates.
Yeah, they don't even need them. We'll use our util. We'll entry. We'll win gunfights. It's fine. Most of Utica walking down sewer. J-Del, I believe, walking up with Joyce into long. For anyone who might be holding that.
Okay, game captain, go for them. Take down those tripwires and go get them.
About 60 seconds
See
left.
some cheese going for the
Here, see the breach ult coming out to prevent the push. Okay, David does
takes
take
down.
out Chronicles, is traded out, is going to allow Utica to get the plant.
Spike
Vandals
planted.
also have the Yoru ult to play off of here.
I don't know
Not sure if
that'll
they're planning on using it.
do.
Some cheese playing in heaven. Looks like one playing in hell.
They
Oh,
dropped-
the Yoru
dropped
ult
the
is coming
smoke.
out actually, which is good. It's pretty much just as viable
Oh,
as
not
the Cypher
quite
ult.
so.
Diabolic takes out Joyce. Complex finds one.
standing.
Diabolic and Game Captain find one of
Okay,
their own.
they need to
It's
take
just
down
Javito. They're gonna stick the spike. Javito takes out Diabolic.
No!
A crazy gunfight won by Javito. Take out Game Captain in a very rough situation.
If
Match
Loft
point.
Tech could stall just a little bit longer, Game Captain could have commit to the defusal.
But even then, he was traded out. I mean, it was an unlucky situation nonetheless.
Yeah.
It's match point for Utica on the Vandals map pick, a map that they were feeling a little
Pretty
bit more
confident.
confident on.
Yeah.
Not great buys coming out, but if honestly, when we were back here last map, the Vandals were sure that if they had won round 20, what is this, 23, that they would have been able to take it in overtime.
I mean, it
I
is still
think-
very much possible, but they have to win the next 4 rounds.
Well, not 4. They can at least, they only need to, yeah, they only need 2 just to bring it into overtime. If they want to take the map, obviously they got to win in overtime, but
Yeah, that's the difference. Okay. We see the recon
Utica
drone coming out.
considering that A push once again. They have quite a few ults to play off of. David's going for the Widow Peak clear out sewer. Knows that Chronicles
Okay,
is
there's
there.
the Omen ult coming out.
Doesn't. But Loftek's here.
Here.
He's holding it down, clears it. Loftek knows, or sorry, Jado knows it's not safe to commit, so he doesn't.
Okay, we have Cypher ults, so if a Vandal goes down early, this is going to be so much harder to pull off.
David holding a curious
I
angle, waiting
think
for somebody
Game
to push
Captain
up.
needs to start rotating now. It is clear they're going to go for A point.
Well, now they're realizing that now. They're seeing the util. They're going to see a couple rotates come out, but instead of
seconds
committing,
They're going to... Are they rotating for B or are they rotating for C? Let's see.
I
think they're gonna go for-
rotating.
Oh, they're
for
going C long.
which is a pretty rough way to do that.
With
I think
15
the Vandals,
seconds on the clock.
yeah,
Just honestly,
all they need is one
spray.
pick and they win.
Just
Gun out. Joyce enters. Boom. Oh,
Spike
okay.
down. C.
Yikes.
Stall for 5 seconds. You gotta just keep them busy for
4,
5 seconds.
3.
DeVito's
Boom.
down.
Some cheese
We
takes
win.
out the spike.
Just
And
don't-
that's going to
just
be
try and-
around
try and keep
for
this
the
up.
Vandals.
Don't. Why would
Oh.
you go for that, some cheese?
I mean,
you
it
know
doesn't
you're not going to
fully
win
matter.
that running your classic. Well, we take those. 12 to 11. One more round. The Vandals should have enough money here. Just barely. They won't be able to get everything. They'll have just enough.
No, they have enough to force, I believe. I mean, Game Captain doesn't, but I think David can buy him his
especially
gun,
if he's gonna be running
and he can buy the
okay.
rest of his util. Diabolic, however, Diabolic's not looking great. That's good. He's figuring it out.
They
Now-
sold the Bucky to try and upgrade everyone.
Once again,
Get out of
Utica.
my way.
Cage trigger.
Oh, wow, nice coming out from
That-
Joy's.
Pretty early, yeah. Now the question is, can they hit their kunais? Because I have yet to see a Jet who can.
Yeah, and Joy's hasn't proved that they can. They've only ulted once in this series so far, and I don't think they found much off of it. Game Captain is just holding Cubby, not making any noise, just waiting for somebody to swing. A lot of
Some cheese
shots
must have
fired
taken a
down
little bit of
C-long.
damage.
Saw the default push. They were kind of just waiting for a flank and didn't even get it. Some cheese does take a little bit of damage, though.
This map, dude, I don't want to speak too much because I feel like I'm going to interrupt whatever's about to happen, but there's only 1 minute on the clock, and
We'll just
we're
say
stuck
what you
on
see,
game
and
point
right now.
for at least another. The match could end here, going 2-0, or we manage to just crawl back into a reverse sweep here.
Now, Utica, holding long. Jado and Sewers
David, don't test that.
shooting to see if anyone's going to swing. See the Hunter's Fury.
30 seconds left.
Concussion. Hitting graffiti. It misses everything. Oh, Joyce is taken out. Chronicles finds the trade. Some cheese is in heaven. Some cheese finds Complex, though. Hunter's Fury takes out quite a few. Jado does take out Loftek, though.
10
Plants is
seconds.
denied just for a little bit
10
longer.
seconds left.
It is Jadel
Doesn't matter.
is
It's
going
just
to be
Jado
big
holding
enough.
CT. He's gonna hold head. Or he's gonna hold hell.
If it comes
Smoke,
to that duel,
I
Jadel
think is
wins
going
10 out
out.
of 10 times.
It's a really rough situation for the Vandals. The
It's
recon
both
getting
the top
destroyed.
fraggers.
Information refused.
One enemy
Jado's
remaining.
pushing out. And
No.
Javito and Jado find the last
Attackers
two that they
win.
need to take their map point and take the series 2-0. An unfortunate loss, but I mean, still close. Obviously, the Vandals played that relatively close. Just
Jadel,
only
they
an
couldn't
inch
stop
away
him.
from victory. And playing in a situation like that, they had the advantageous smoke. Jadel knew when to push out. I just found the pick that they needed.
I can see exactly why Utica is ranked as highly as they are. I have never met anyone who's that good at gunplay before. Vito. Apologies. I don't want to disrupt or disrespect your famous your favorite streamer. He was winning 1v2s, 1v3s, and even on multiple occasions 1v4s.
I mean, again,
What are you supposed to do against that man?
it's to show that Jadel, I think, is Utica's strongest player. He can always be relied on to frag. He can always be relied on to get his impact, even if he is going to die early on in a round.
Because bare minimum,
And that
he's
ended up
taken
being
at least
a
a person
really
with him.
lethal situation for the Vandals. They just didn't know how to fully counter that.
Because they had to use so many utils to take down Jadel, and that just left nothing for the rest of Utica. And that is a very easy weakness to exploit, especially when they're running two duelists.
An unfortunate loss for the Vandals, for sure. But still, obviously, something that we're able to take away. I, again, expected a little more of a shaky performance. But considering the newer roster, the Vandals played this way better than I expected it to. I was expecting
Give them
the
a week
leads
or
to be
two.
way bigger.
Yeah.
And I think by come next week or come this Saturday for their next CVAL match, I think they will be a lot more rehearsed, a lot more tighter knit, at least enough to be able to cinch the gaps that they left open for Utica to fill and start finding a little more success. But so far, I think 2 losses in a row.
Yep.
Pretty rough to deal with.
2 losses, two draws.
in the beginning of the season. Also, last week wasn't a 2-0. It was a 1-2.
Oh yeah, it was 1-2. We did win map 1.
Yeah. But regardless, I believe that is all of the Valorant that we have for you tonight. You can join us tomorrow for some Counter-Strike and Rocket League going to be streamed on our side channels. To follow up on that, you can follow the Utica Esports channel and Utica Esports 2, which probably comes up in the same search. It's completely free. We're almost 700 followers on the main channel, and if you could help us reach that goal, it'd be greatly appreciated. If you're feeling generous or have a free Prime sub lying around, feel free to subscribe to the Utica Esports Twitch channel. You get a fun badge next to your name, some emotes to use in chat, and you get to help support a grassroots collegiate esports community, which I think is pretty cool. If you want to meet us, meet some other fans of your favorite esports titles, feel free to join the Discord server, which will be linked below. You can also catch stream announcements to see when we're playing, what we're playing, and maybe some events that are going on in the lab pretty soon. Keep your eyes peeled for that.
We do have a bunch of them going around for the semester.
Would like to once again shout out our sponsors, Ziply Fiber, for providing the best, probably most reliable fiber internet services in the PNW. It's game over for the competition with the PNW's fastest fiber optic internet with no data caps, no contracts, and plans starting as low as $10 a month. Visit www.ziplyfiber.com/students to see if Ziply is available in your area and to see if you can take advantage of their very great deals starting at just $10 a month. Also, shout out to Monster Energy for being a proud sponsor of the Vandal Esports program, keeping us energized throughout the night and helping provide resources to the Vandal Gaming squad. My name, once again, was Kaz. I was joined here by Overlord once again, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Peace out.
Wow.